Hello and welcome to this video for Insure++ training, where we're going to be talking about Insure++ for Linux. Here's the agenda topics for today. We're going to be talking about installing on Linux, instrumenting the application, exercising the instrumented application, and then taking a look at the results from that exercise. So, for installing on Linux, you can go ahead and acquire our installer from our customer portal. And once downloaded, it should become as a tar package. You'll just have to decompress the tarball, and then you'll be able to run the installation script to install it on your Linux application. The bare minimum is to have this compiler that we support, and the following operating systems of the Linux flavors were officially tested with Insure++. What's being listed does not necessarily show what's fully supported. You can go ahead and use the Linux flavor of your choice, and as long as you have really the compiler that we support, it should be able to install just fine. If not, go ahead and let our support team know, and we can work with you guys there. So once it's installed, you'll be able to then use the Insure executable to instrument the application. You'll have to run this application, or this executable in front of the compiler command. That way, when the compiler command occurs, it'll then begin to instrument the entire application, or instrument all the files that are during the compile line. This is how you'll be able to choose which files to be instrumented. As long as the Insure executable is in front of that compile line, it will instrument that file. If you don't want it to be instrumented, just make sure that the Insure executable is not being used, and it will not instrument that file. However, if you do have some files instrumented with Insure and some not, make sure you still use the Insure executable to link with, as that'll include the Insure libraries during linking time. Once you have everything instrumented, you made that instrumented executable, go ahead and execute it. The execution will run, and it'll pop up the Insure window or output the results somewhere else, and you'll be able to take a look at the results. And by clicking on it, you'll be able to see more information about the memory leak that was found during the execution. These information in the report can show you the documentation of what it means, as well as you can provide the common weakness enumeration about this. So let me go ahead and switch over to show. And as we can see here, I have my Linux environment set up, and we're going to go ahead and run the installation. So I have here the Linux tarball all set up and ready to go. I'll just go ahead and run the command to go ahead and get me my install script, and you can see it is listed here as the install. So that's what we're going to run to install Insure++. So after running, we get this nice prompt telling us the version that we're running, and if we want to run the installer in, put the installation of Insure in this current directory, and we'll just go ahead and enter for yes to proceed. Now everything's being extracted, and we're going to use this as the default. We'll answer yes. It found that it automatically detected the compilers that are compatible and began to use them for instrumentation, which is great. We'll push enter to let that go. And then the final step after everything is do you want to connect to a license server? And if you say no, you'll be able to run the local license instance. Or if you do have a license server, in this case we do, you can just go ahead and hit yes, put in the host name. In this case, it is actually on the local host, and put 2002 as the port. And once that is set, you're now licensed or configured to use the license server to get your Insure license. If at any time, though, you need to use a local license, you can come into this installation directory after it is installed and go into the bin directory. And within the bin directory, we have this application called pslick. So just go ahead and run it. And this executable will be able to allow you to add a local license. Just go ahead and follow the first prompt, and then add in the information, and you'll be able to provide in that license information and get Insure++ license for you. Make sure you provide us the machine ID as well, so that we can give you the correct license for this machine. Okay, so now that we have the tool installed, we can see here that in the bin directory, we actually have our Insure executable located. You can go ahead and add the Insure this path onto the system path, so that way you can just call Insure, or you can just use the path directory straight to Insure, and that way you can use it to instrument the application. So as an example for this, within the directory of the installation, we do have some examples, so we'll just go ahead and go to the C directory of them. And in here, we're going to run just one of them as a demonstration. So in order to use Insure, I'm going to go up a few directories to the bin and then call the Insure directory. and then just put the simple commands of gcc-o leak, and then leak free, my bad. Leak free.c. So now I'm going to use the insure executable and then compile it and link this source file. So once I hit enter, we'll see here that insure++ pops open, and it showed that we instrumented our file. If we added more files to be instrumented, we would see them being listed here as well, and we can see that insure++ has instrumented it and linked it. And if I do another ls, we can see here that we have my instrumented executable, and I'm going to execute it. And upon executing it, we can see here that in my insure report, it was shown that it was executed, and I had my insure++ report result right over here. Tells me exactly where the leak is at and more information about this memory leak that occurred. I can even get the documentation for this by coming to help and get some online documentation and get more information about this memory leak. All right, well, that's how you can use Insure++ for installation, instrumenting, and executing. And here's the results from that run. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great day.